Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I am bringing you my no glue cube box. It is just a cube of a box, but there's no adhesive required, and that's really smart. I'm going to undo the bow. I probably won't be able to get it done back up again, but I wanted to show you how it works. So this actually isn't stuck to the daisy or behind the daisy, but as you can see, you just take the top off and there you have it. Simple box. So as I say, it is really simple to make, but really effective, I think. And then obviously when you pop all of this together, it stays as a cube unless you squeeze it. But yeah, it stays together as a cube. It is a beautiful little box. So yeah, let's go ahead and make it, and I'll tie that up later. Okay, so you need a piece of DSP that is 9 inches by 6 inches or 22.5 by 15 centimetres. We are then going to score on the short side at 2 and 4 inches, which will be 5 and 10 centimetres. We're then going to rotate, and we're going to score at 2, 4, 6 and 8 inches, which will be 5, 10, 15 and 20 centimetres. Simple as that. Okay, keep hold of your scoring tool because you will need it. I'm just going to fold and burnish these score lines so we can actually see where we are, because dependent on the paper is dependent on how easy it is to see what we're doing. And I'm going to guess that this won't be too easy because it's quite a fussy, busy paper. So I'm just going to fold and burnish all of these score lines. Okay, so I'm going to do some cutting now just to show you, to make it a little bit easier. So you've got this thin, if I turn it over it might be easier, you've got this thin strip here, and then you've got 3 sections. So the middle section we're keeping as it is. The outer section, so where you've got a small strip and a square, I'm going to cut down past the first score line down to the second, and then we're going to cut halfway across the second one. Okay, I'm going to do the same on the other side. Like I said, this is just makes it easy for you to see what we're doing. Okay, and then I'm going to cut some very fine wedges off here. I think I've got a sneeze brewing, I do apologise. Oh, excuse me. It's been a while since I've had the sneezes and the sniffles and had to blow my nose, but here we go. Okay, so that is what you have now got once you've done that little bit of cutting. So what I'm going to do is flop it over now, and I've got my ribbon, my bumblebee ribbon that I'm going to use, but I'm actually wanting to use the spool beforehand. So what you need to do is have your card, your DSP facing this way, so the little bit that you've cut is to the right, and starting at the bottom right corner, we want to do a semicircle from the corner that is the cross section, if you like, all the way up to the outer section, and I'm going to use my spool for that. So I'm putting my scoring tool on the cross section of the score lines, and then I'm just sort of pushing this until it kind of meets my scoring tool and it's at the corner of the page, and then I'm simply going to use that to score around. So you will have, if you can see it, can you see it on that side? No, don't even know if you can see it, but I have a score line that runs that way. Okay, so we're now going to do the opposite one. So this is next to the one that you've cut your tab. So we're going to do this one, and the way to work your excuse me, the way to work your curves out is to think of them going away from each other. Okay, so they go from the centre circle away. So this one will go round this way. So I'm just going to turn this to make it easier for me. And so this one again is going to go from that bottom corner. Is that right? Yes. No, that's not right, is it? Bear with me a second. Now I've turned it round, I've confused myself. That corner. Get there in the end. So yes, it's going from the centre to the outside. So I can't quite see because of my camera. I think that's about there. Apologies if my head gets in the way. And again, just score around. And then again I'm going to do exactly the same on the bottom side here. So that one's done that way. This one again from the centre, and it's going to go out to the edge of the DSP. And then this last one will go again from this centre out to the edge. Okay, so once you've done that part, you will see now that this centre cross section here has nothing on it, so that stays as it is. I'm going to cut down here, and then I'm going to cut my semicircle all the way around to the edge. Same this side. And I have found that if you don't quite cut, if you try and leave a little bit at the top here, it will help it stay shut. I'll show you what I mean when I do this one. So cut down. So instead of starting here and cutting around, I kind of start about here. So I leave some of the top as it is, and it just helps keep those bits in place. That wasn't very circly, was it? Look, I've completely missed the score line there. That's better. And then the last one, I mean, use whatever you have at hand to do your circle, but I just found that that pretty much fit the square that I needed. So that's what you should now have. So they're going away from each other. And then you're just going to fold it up. Now it doesn't matter which way you do this. I tend to tuck that one inside, bring those sides up, bring that one over, and then fold, as you know I call them, the shoulders in. And then you just need to take very, very thin slither off this piece here. And then that will tuck inside, and there is your lovely little cute box all made up. And this is why I leave some of the edge, because it just helps keep it a bit tighter in place. And now I can use my ribbon for what it was designed for and give it, and it doesn't matter which way you tie this. I just couldn't get my bow, surprisingly, to sit straight. Goodness me. So I just sort of went with whichever way worked, really. And the ribbon is only for decoration. As you can see, it will stay closed itself. Let's just see if all fingers and thumbs. Right, okay, so it's going to sit that way. Oh, and I've twisted it there, never mind. So I'm going to slide it off now and put it on this way, because that was the back that the bow was facing. Let's untwist that bit. Okay, so, oh, crikey, there we go. I've completely lost the front of my box now. Where the devil is it? Oh, there. That was totally crazy. Right, there's my bow. Let's trim that ribbon. And then all I wanted to do then was just add a little bit of a sentiment. So I've got my medium daisy punch and some of the bumblebee cardstock. A fabulous glue dot just to go on there. Oh, they're close together. That one can go on there and then cross them round like so. Pop this on the front of my box, and then my little sentiment, I've got some basic white, my classic label punch that seems to have become really stiff, and my ornate thanks, and I just went with my friend because obviously it's too big a box to fit everything else on. There it is, my friend. My bumblebee ink, and then I'm just going to stamp that on there, and I didn't use the full length of the punch, so I just went with that piece there and then just tucked this one in just here. No, it's not quite gone down there far enough. There we go. That's better. And then just tuck the tail end off, so I've just made it a touch shorter. And then again I just used another glue dot in the centre and just popped that on the centre of the flower. And there we have it. I need to tie this bow back up, but there we have them. My 2 No Glue Cube boxes. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!